Hello travelers, Boardman21 here, and today I wanted to give you my top 5 favorite builds in Last Epoch. These aren't ones that I put as the top bossing or top speed farming or top arena builds because mostly they're just fun to play even if they don't excel the furthest in the end game. Coming in at number 1, we have the Autobomber, and it comes as no surprise to many of you that have been following the channel that the Autobomber has always been my favorite build. With this one, you zoom around as a Void Knight using Shield Rush in a straight line for as far as you can go. You have Devouring Orb constantly going off along with Smites in your single target. The Devouring Orbs will orbit you, and every time that you get a kill, they rift at the end of their duration. They also create a Void Rift, which can hit enemies, and it can chain between them, which is really awesome. So in Echoes, you get a ton of chaining, you get really good clear speed, and you can fly through them. But overall, it's just been a really fun kind of mind-numb build because it's mostly just a 1 or 2 button build, as you have everything else kind of on auto cast through the numlock trick. But with that in mind, it's been my favorite for a really long time. I've really enjoyed it, and it's gonna take a lot to make me not play it in 1.0. Like, my current plan is to play the Falconer, but there's a good chance that I'll be pulled back and start the new cycle with an Autobomber, but hopefully we can stay away from that. Coming in at number 2, we have the Bow Mage Marksman, and with this, you're going to be using Flurry, which has a chance to proc multi-shot on like every 4th use of Flurry. Flurry is channeled, so it's constantly going, and so you get a ton of arrows coming out, and then with the Reign of Winter unique bow, every hit that you do, no matter where it comes from, has a chance to fire off an icicle doing cold damage. So as you can see in the gameplay, this means that you basically just fire a ton of projectiles in a cone in front of you, and the icicles, I believe, will mostly target enemies. They can go behind you, so the cone kind of is a full AoE, but mostly you'll have enemies in front. But it's a super fast gameplay. I love it because it just has tons of projectiles, and it just feels really good because you're firing things so fast that it just feels really good. And the Bow Mage has always been one of my favorites. Unfortunately, for a good portion of 0.9.2, it's kind of bugged where Flurry has a increased attack speed, so it actually is much better than it normally is, and I've been waiting for that to get fixed. But overall, I really enjoy the build because it just feels really good as a marksman to play a bow build. Coming in at number 3, we have the Squirrel Beastmaster, using the Herald of Scurry unique, which is a helm that transforms your wolves into squirrels and gives you twice as many companions. You can run around with an army of squirrels. Now, this one is a really good endgame build guide. It made some of our other top 5s, but it is a ton of fun because everyone enjoys, especially when you activate Scurry and Rage, either manually or through the squirrels doing it on kill or on rare boss hit, that they go absolutely nuts and they get their glowing red eyes as well as frenzy and just attack super fast, doing a ton of damage, and they sound really cool in game. So I absolutely love this build. It's been an all-time favorite. A lot of people enjoy it, and I definitely expect it to stay around and in my top 5s for a long time. Coming in at number 4, we have the Shaman, and with the Shaman, I run this as an Avalanche build. I haven't updated this one in quite a while. This one's back from patch 8.2. I should update one. There are some changes to this, such as Maelstrom is no longer casting it the same way, but overall, this was like a speed running build, but it was a ton of fun having a tornado around yourself while having an avalanche storm follow you everywhere that you ran. It's been a really long time. Definitely going to revisit this and update it, perhaps add in Earthquake into the mix, since Earthquake now does indeed have ways to build and dispel with it, so it could be a lot of fun there. But overall, this was a very fun build for me because I absolutely loved running through the map and just wondering what was going through the enemies' minds, knowing that there was just this whole wall of boulders coming out of the sky that I'm running from towards them that then hits them and kills them. So it just was a really fun build to play. I played it for quite a few patches. I just haven't played it recently just because it just didn't perform as well as a lot of other classes. New masteries came out, but we'll update it, and again, it's still really fun to play. Coming in at number 5 is the Void Knight build Erasing Strike, and with this one you're using Void Cleave and Erasing Strike. Void Cleave, you have it set up so that when you use it, your Erasing Strike is guaranteed to crit on the next hit, also does more damage, and Erasing Strike hits in this big OAE, and when it kills enemy, it just pops them out of existence, and it feels so good. In the skill tree, you can also set it up to echo or have a good echo chance afterwards if you have tons of mana and can build into it, allowing for multiple ones to go off, which just really feels really good. You have a big AoE, it's purple, and it does a ton of damage, and those guaranteed crits that you can get out of it make it just feel really powerful. Overall, really fun build, especially if you're into melee, one of the stronger, harder hitting melee skills in the game. So definitely check it out. But that's going to be my list of top 5 favorite builds of mine that I like to play. There are a lot of others that I love to play. Perhaps we'll do another video. I thought about doing a top 10, but I didn't want to make this video into a super long one. So that's going to be it. As always, guys, stay safe and have a good one.